one of my correspondents, and I'd like to thank great correspondents, and most of my correspondents are extremely good, very knowledgeable and supportive. The type of person I really respect is someone who has both passion, wisdom, honour and research skills. Not someone who's trying to trick you or trip you up or split hairs like somebody like Peter Coltrero. I get these people all the time, and if I identify them, then I advise them to go elsewhere because I don't want any contact with them. Now, this is an interesting story that one of my correspondents sent me. Cameron Cutie, Lucy Allen, admits adding death threat to Facebook post over Syria airstrikes vote. So apparently some constituents sent her a letter, sent her an email complaining about her decision to attack Syria, which is a form of bullying. I mean, it's the ultimate bullying. I mean, war is the ultimate bullying. We seem to have gone to the situation where the abnormality of war is considered completely normal by Blair Babes and Cameron Cuties. You know, I always thought women would be the more pacific sex, but as a matter of fact, they're becoming more and more vindictive and nasty by the minute. They must be putting something in the tea at Westminster to make these women into such hideous battle axes. Anyway, she actually added a death threat to this constituent's decision. Well, obviously, as an MP, she needs to be careful how she phrases things. It may have been that somebody, upset by her support for murder, said something along those lines. Don't forget, a lot of postings can be from trolls. Tory Central Office can very easily manufacture some fake accounts and start sending death threats to people on their own payroll, right? There's so much chicanery and deception on the internet. Don't forget the government actually invest in persona management software that can create fake accounts, right? Just because you've received a death threat doesn't mean it's really a death threat. People quite often send death threats to themselves as part of a plan to get sympathy and pity. We're living in an era of deception. But the reality is, Lucy Allen showed immensely poor judgment in manufacturing a fake event. Okay? She should, if she had said, here are some examples of some of the things I've received in my email box, right? And make them separate so that people know. Of course, she should also point out that there's no way of knowing the provenance of these mails. Very likely, most people who oppose war don't send death threats. People who send death threats are mostly warmongers, right? In fact, Lucy Allen has sent death threats herself because attacking Syria and killing Syrian people is a death threat, Lucy Allen, but it's not a hypothetical death threat, it's a death threat that will be carried out. Lucy Allen's policies have resulted in the deaths of people. Now, our political establishment are deeply corrupt, very unprincipled, and are not interested in truly representing the will of the people. Although many British people have been fooled by decades of propaganda, it also needs to be said that probably the majority of people are not convinced that attacking Syria will somehow assist. I mean, the Syrian government have claimed that Western intervention has actually helped Al-Qaeda, ISIS or ISIL or whatever the fuck you want to call them this week. And I believe them. And in fact, Syrian soldiers have been killed in NATO airstrikes. So as a matter of fact, it does look as if the Tory party are actually supporting ISIS by the back door, right? I'm very disturbed when our government follow policies endorsed by Israel and Turkey and Saudi Arabia. I'd like to think our people are wiser than that. Sadly, examples such as Peter Coltrero and Lucy Allen make me fear for the future of our nation.